Although I made great income, the reality was I was under a lot of stress. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. And so, lo and behold, when I got let go from my job, that's when I found out about the issue. I signed up for the services from a friend of mine, and I decided to go ahead and not only utilize services, which they did resolve, but also become an associate. And so, guys, I had never done anything like this before. I was one of the most skeptical people. When I started thinking, I was like, wow, attorneys, those were not actors that were in the courtroom. These were real attorneys. This was a real judge. And so nobody could take that experience from me because I know the stress that I was under, and I understood that trying to afford an attorney just was not necessarily in my budget. And so I saw the value of just being able to share with other people. They say, "Hey, you can make a little extra income." I said, "Why not?" And long story short, guys, I looked up one day, I was making an extra $1,000 a month, which turned into an extra couple thousand. And before I knew it, I had exceeded my income of my full-time job. At the age of 31, I totally walked away from the trucking industry, been able to work from home ever since. And the gift of it is being able to now have more time to do things that I've really enjoyed doing. I'm a musician, I do that professionally. I get a chance to travel, where I want to go. Sharing this information, but also spending time with family and just having a ball. And I just got to share with you all, I was a guy that would have said no to everything, but all it took was that one experience to see how they could resolve my issue. And I saw how these services were helping people and making a blessing for people. And I felt like, hey, why not be a blessing to others and let others get access to what I have access to today? And so my biggest month has been over $38,000 in a month. And I don't say it to impress you, but impress upon you that I was the guy that was just not really looking at things like this. But all it took was one situation for them to help me with my situation for me to see how I could be a blessing to others. So I turn it back to you, Miss Gardner.
Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that. Guys, we have over 300 people who've made over $1 million with our company. We have over, and of course, Mr. Rob Hurst is, you just heard from one of them. We have over 400 people who make over six figures with our income, 30,000 associates earning residual income, $1 billion paid in commissions just in the last 8 years. But guys, I'm going to do something a little unconventional here, and I'm going to address the comments in the chat for just a second, because here's what I want to do. I want to tell you, I've been with this company for 26 years. And what those people in the chat don't know is they don't know that the attorneys general for the United States, most of them are the law firms. They own the law firms that represent our members. Those are the guys that make sure that companies that do bad things don't exist. They're the ones that represent our members, right? Our company it's rock solid. It's one of those where the American Bar Association says that our legal plans are a phenomenal service to the company, to the country, right? Because the way we deliver legal services, we are filling a need. And so I don't want you to be distracted by people who don't know anything, who think it's fun to, I don't know. I don't know what they think they're doing. Um, I don't know what they think they're doing. But I don't know. I don't want you to be distracted. You can do your own research. Look up the law firms that represent Legal Shield. Do ask the people who've used the service, not somebody who thinks it's fun to show up in a chat on a Zoom. But I want to talk to you about the income here. So, associate, you go out and empower a family. I talked to you about the $80 to $416, right? Associate, go out and empower your first family as an associate. Everybody starts at the associate level. You're going to earn $80, right? But very quickly, guys, simply by empowering 5 families, you're going to move from associate to senior associate very quickly. You're going to lock in that first $200 bonus. And guys, they even opened the option of turning that into a $400 bonus, right? At senior associate, you're going to now get paid $100 every time you go out and empower a family. And you're going to lock in that $400 bonus when you go to your live in-person Fast Start class. And then, guys, from there, you're going to move to manager. How do you move to manager? Literally by going out and what we call writing $300 in premium, and bringing 3 people onto your team. Or you can always go out and just write $500 worth of premium. And you can figure out from here, that's about 10 families, right? That's about 10 families. You can do it by yourself, or you can do it with some other people who want to earn additional income as well. When you do that, of course, you're going to lock in that second bonus of $500, which is where the $700 I spoke about earlier, or this when this 200 turns into 400, $900, right? But that's $132 that you're now earning. Now I want you to think about this. I want you to think about being a manager, right? And being a manager, making that $132. And you remember that you went to college, or maybe we used to work together, Elizabeth Gardner out of South Carolina, and you invite me onto a Zoom like this, and I get the membership. You're going to make $132. But guys, I live in South Carolina. I have friends, I have family, I have neighbors. I go and talk to them. I invite them onto a Zoom like this, and it makes total sense to me, right? Well, guess what? I make $80 each time I do that. So let's say I talk to 5 of those people, and I make 80 times 5. I make $400 by inviting those 5 people onto a Zoom like this, them saying yes. I'm excited about that, right? Maybe that might make a huge difference in my life. But guess what? Do you see the 32 plus the 20 right here, which is $52? Guess what? That $52, you make 52 times 5 because you introduced me to the company when you were a manager, right? Now, 52 times 5, that's what's coming to your bank account. That's how our compensation plan works. We're not going to go out there. We aren't going to run television ads. We're not going to be on the radio. We're not going to do billboards. We literally pay people to refer people because our product, when you use it, it works. And when it works, you're going to tell other people. And all our company does is compensate you if you choose to be compensated for that. Guys, this is our small business plan. Got a lot of people on here that go out and talk to small business owners. Mr. Rob Hurst is one of our small business trainers, right? He teaches people how to do this. But guys, look at the compensation. You go out and empower a small business owner, right? That's $198 all the way up to $1,000 simply by helping that small business owner. I've got a friend that's how he was introduced to the company, is somebody came in, sold him that small business plan, and he said, I called the law firm, asked them to send those letters out. And he said, before I knew it, thousands of dollars that people had owed me that I had begged them for was coming back. Why? Because they got a letter from an attorney instead of from him, right? Changed the game for him. And he said, saved his business. So guys, what is the power of part-time? Simply by going out there and empowering one family a week, right? That's for a month. One family a week, you're going to make anywhere from $320 to $2,164 a month. That's going to add that to your income. But guys, what about if you just teach a few people to do the exact same thing? Just a few. And maybe they go invite a few more. Maybe you go invite a few more. But over any period of time, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 6 years, doesn't matter. Each one of those people simply go out and consistently empower one family a week. Do you know that's over $120,000 a year coming into your household? Right? That is the power of what we do. Plus, we, of course, get to go on free vacations. So, guys, whether that is, just by you enrolling those same 3 to 4 families a month, right? You're going to earn additional income, bonuses by anywhere from $200 to $500 a month. But you're also going to qualify for all expenses paid trips for you and a loved one. We just got back from Jamaica just a few months ago. Gosh, guys, in 4 weeks, there's a ton of people going to, where are y'all going? Riviera Maya. And then we just announced next year we're going to the Dominican Republic. So you can actually get on board now and join us in the Dominican Republic next year. So what do you need to do? Become an associate, right? It's a one-time $49 fee. That gets you registered with the company, gets you started in your business. You can start spare time like I did. You can start part-time. You can start full-time. Whatever you have time for, you can work from anywhere, right? Doesn't matter where you are. Or I was working in Baltimore. I'm working here. I have a house at the beach. I can work from there anywhere I want to. It's a willable book of business, guys. So because you get paid for the lifetime of the membership, right? The lifetime of the membership. Guess what? When you pass away, they're going to be memberships still on the books. Well, guess what? Now that income that you've got coming in, you can leave to your loved ones. You attend your Fast Start training class, that's included in that exact same $49. And you're going to get ongoing weekly training, and you're going to get alignment with a personal mentor as well. And so your first month, the only business expense you're going to have from that point forward is literally $24.95. That's going to give you an app. It's going to give you all of your websites to be able to enroll people. It's going to open you up to be able to participate in the company incentives, gives you your entire back office, all the tracking you need to be able to build this business as big as you want to build it. So guys, what do you need to do? Start today, become a member, protect your family, protect your small business. Position yourself to start generating the kind of income you desire. Get with a mentor and do your game plan and get started. Because guys, timing is everything. I want you to look at these industries, right? Look at these industries: life insurance, auto insurance, health insurance. Chances are that most of us were not in the life insurance, auto insurance, and health insurance business when they took their meteoric rise, right? And now everybody who has those things either already has them or they know who to call. Well, legal's next. And we are right now at 3% market penetration with our company. And guys, as we grow, as I said, we've paid out $1 billion in commissions just in the last 8 years. We just came back from our convention, and guys, our company at 53 years old is growing last year at 20%, a little over 20% this year, growing at a little over 50% growth for a company that's 50 years old is unheard of. Why? Because our product is so strong in the marketplace. And so what do you need to do, guys? It takes 3 minutes to get started. First of all, become a member. The membership makes sense. Get empowered. Start using the membership. Understand what you have. Protect your identity. The second step is to become an associate. And the third is to get trained and get paid, because guys, we get paid every single day. You empower a family, you send that money off to our home office, they process it. That money, that commission is coming right back to you the very next day. That's how powerful our product is, because we've got such a long history. And so a lot of people, guys, ask me, well, Elizabeth, what would I be doing? And guys, what you'd be doing is inviting people to a Zoom like this. Once you get started, you can download your app and you will be able to send out videos. You'll be able to invite people, get the scripts to invite people to Zooms like this, where somebody else can do the presentation for you, help you launch your business. But I just want to say thank you for those of you who came on tonight to learn a little more about how we help people, how we empower people, how we make people's lives better on a daily basis. Because now you know. Next time you hear someone who has an issue, next time you hear someone who doesn't have a will, next time you hear someone who's struggling to make ends meet, you now know what we can offer them that can help change their lives. And I appreciate your time tonight. I appreciate your attention. And y'all have a fabulous close to April. And I hope to see you soon in person. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.